Here we go.
There we go.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. My name is Deepal Shah, and we are coming to you live today. So I want you to say hello if you are here joining me. And I'm excited to be here on this wonderful, wonderful day. I think it's Tuesday. I'm forgetting my days now, and I think I am stuck. Okay. It's funny I said that because I wanted to talk about how many of you might be feeling stuck as you might be at home. And a lot of people are feeling the same way, just like yourself. So if you're around, please do join me. I would love to have you and hear from you today. And so in the meantime, while you guys are hopping on, please do say where you're from, and because we would love to hear from you. Let me go ahead and do one thing and we will get started. So my name is Deepal Shah, and for those of you who are new to me, I'm a medical intuitive and I bring together spirituality and science to help people all around the world with their emotional, physical, and chronic health issues. With listeners all over the world, I'm here to help you get to the root cause of your aches and pains. You can listen to me in many different ways. You can join me here, of course, on Facebook. You can join and subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's under Deepal Shah. And also my podcast, which is called Conversations with Deepal. And it's on every Saturday and Sunday at 9 a.m. PST and 12 p.m. Eastern. You can catch it on Stitcher. You could check it out on iTunes, Spotify, and also my website at ananda4life.com. So there's many, many different ways. Just check it out, and it's all free just for you. Now, also, if you haven't grabbed my stress-free relief guide, I want to tell you it is available on my website at Ananda, ANANDA, 4life.com. It is completely free, and I know right now a lot of you can use it. So grab it, it's yours. It's going to help you find powerful and unique techniques and ways in which you can release stress within 3 minutes or less, and you can use it anytime and anywhere. So take advantage of it, because right now, if you can use anything to reduce your stress, whether you know it, that you're stressed or not, these techniques are going to help ground your energy. So take advantage of them. It's available and it's free, okay? Now, through these times, right now, I'm here to support you because many of you have reached out and expressed that you're feeling stuck, disempowered, unsafe, anxious, frustrated, depressed, and many, many other things. I've gotten tons and tons of emails and people expressing what they're feeling right now. So it's important right now that whatever we are dealing with, we're dealing with different times. I don't want to say difficult because that's not the energy I want to bring here today. I want to say different. It is a different time, something that we're not used to, right? It's a different time in our lives from being outside and working. We're now at home. Our children are at home. Not being able to do the things that we routinely do. Maybe you go work out at the gym, but the gym is closed, right? So everything has changed. It feels like in a blink of an eye. And for many of you, it's very difficult because it's very different. It's a shift in your life. It's a shift in energy. And remember, everything is energy. And so when there is a shift, we don't know what to do. We don't know how to accommodate to it because it's not something that we know, right? Now, there may even be changes in your finances at this time or in your health. You may feel more challenged, right? So I want to tell you that there is a positive side to all of this. There really is, and I see it. This is how I see it, as a spiritual awakening. And I know a lot of you out there who are not on a spiritual path, maybe you're like, yeah, I don't need a spiritual awakening right now. I need a job, or I need this, or I need that, right? All these material things that we need. But I really do want you to listen to this. Okay, don't leave. Because this is really important. The universe is really trying to have this huge, massive conscious awakening. And many of the biggest gurus, spiritual gurus, doctors like Joe Dispenza and Deepak Chopra, all of them are talking about this consciousness. And some of you who are not believers of consciousness or spirituality, it's like this massive shift that's happening that you're forced to take a look at. It's right in front of your eyes. And if you miss this opportunity, guys, you're missing a huge piece of going inwards within you. So take this time to reflect on the things that are important to you. Okay? And we'll talk about that some more during this week as I do some more videos and podcasts. But I do want to point out that there is a positive to all of this, and I want you to see it in a different perspective. Okay, I don't care what is going on in the media. I don't care who is saying what. I don't care what is going on social media. Please take this time for yourself and your family. And I can't tell you the importance of this time. Okay, it's time to wake up and stop walking around so blindly. So this is why I brought my colleague, Michelle, to talk about the tips on ways you can change the vibration in your home, because everything is energy. And there's a vibration and a frequency to each and every one of us. So that you can get out of that stuckness or the emotions that you're feeling, we have to shift our vibration. It is important to change your vibration, because if everyone is sulking around, feeling bombarded and depressed and anxious, I mean, imagine that vibration that we're putting out into the universe. Okay, and this reflects upon everyone. It affects everyone around you, as well as everyone that's not around you. Because energy is always exchanged, even if you're thousands and millions of miles away. We are exchanging energy. And what kind of energy do you want to put out there? Even if you're feeling like this is a difficult time for you in your mind, if this is the worst time ever, what kind of energy are you putting out there? And I want you to think about that. Now, I'm not saying let's walk around faking your happiness and putting out fake positive vibes. That's not what I'm saying. But I want you to recognize, that we do have a roof over our head. We do have running water. We do have our family. We are together. Okay. And there's a lot of positives to this. Everybody's learning what's really important. And so if you're really bored out of your mind and you're at home and really are new to energy healing and healing your mind, body, and spirit, it's time to wake up and really reconnect emotionally, physically, and mentally. And I can help you do that if you really need my help. And so I do offer free consultations at this time, and they are 15-minute consultations. You can go to anandaforlife.com and grab a free 15-minute meet and greet with me, and I will be more than happy to see what I can help you with. Okay, whether you are financially hurting, what is going on mentally and physically at this time for you, I would love to help you. Okay, so take advantage of that. Now, today my guest is Michelle Warner, and she has studied many, many modalities, and she's an amazing craniosacral therapist. She has done some amazing work, and I'm going to have Michelle introduce herself to you right now. Welcome, Michelle.
Welcome, Deepo, and welcome everybody else. This is really an honor, and I really appreciate the opportunity, Deepo. And I think this is a really important time that we're going through, and especially about all of vibration and doing some self-healing. I guess what I wanted to say was the craniosacral therapy that I do, you could do remotely. I also do other modalities, and that the craniosacral works really well with other people's modalities. Um, with that said, I just wanted a quick share. So I went to the grocery store on Friday just to grab a few things, and I took a huge hit in the grocery store, and I didn't even realize that I became really disoriented and lethargic, and I had stuff on my cart I had no idea that I had even really put in there. And I remember saying out loud, I need to get out of here. And a lady looked at me, and so I went and I drove home, and I took a huge hit, and I literally had to lay down for like an hour. And I was sitting there and I was like, is this mine? And I realized this was not mine, that all that panic and fear had attached to me. And even though I'm aware of all that, I didn't catch it in time, and I didn't protect myself in time. So I sat there and I said, okay, lesson learned. If you do need to go out into crowds, one thing that I do is I put myself in a big bubble, and I just fill it with white light about 6 feet around for me, and just for protection, to keep everybody's fear and panic out of my energy field, which will really help you, and also cut the cords before you come in your house. But so I also have a daughter that came home from college, is extremely depressed because she's not going back. And I was thinking, what things do I have in the house that I can help shift the energy in the house? I mean, we all know we're supposed to be happy and go outside, but I really wanted to look around and say, what tools do I have, and what tools do you guys have at your home, that you can use? And again, I just really want to reiterate what you said about being a mindful mindset, because thoughts become things. We do need to stay positive, and like attracts like. So I really always try to live in love and gratitude, even in chaos and desperate moments. But here was a few things that as I was laying there trying to become or become grounded, was playing music, anything with motion, anything with action. So playing music, singing, dancing, pull out those old tunes that I used to dance and sing. Or if you have drums, like I had made a drum, or chimes work, or singing bowls, if you have those, all that'll change the vibration in your house. For those of you that smudge with sage or Palo Santo wood, there's always that. Florida water is a really good thing too. You can spray that around. Another thing that most people have is essential oils. And so you could diffuse those. That they have citrus flavors that make you feel happy. They have ones for protection, whatever it is. You can drink those, spray those, diffuse those. So those are a few of the things that I thought that, we do have control over, and that we can do to shift the energy. Also, I'm a big fan of I am statements, and you can change that vibration by saying, I am safe, I am protected, I am loved, and just say those out loud like 3 times in a row, and you'll feel the shift, in the house. And my girlfriend just came over today, and she goes, wow, your house feels really good. I said, I've been working really hard to keep it all clear. So those are a few of my suggestions. A good friend of mine had also said, well, do you know what fear stands for? And I said, no. And she said, it's false evidence appearing real. And I said, wow, and it's true. So anyways, those are my little tidbits of, trying to keep your house clear, and keep the energy moving and not become stagnant. So that is that.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you for sharing that, and I love the fact that you brought up what your friend says about what fear stands for, because so many people are feeling that, and some of them are feeling it unconsciously. And I'll give you an example because it was interesting. What my mother-in-law, she had a cold. And of course, it's funny because the people in the house, her husband's like, "Oh, you've got corona." And so people are kind of throwing that energy and the words out and the sentences out, and as a joke, but it's not, because that energy goes into the mind, into the subconscious, and then into the conscious, and then you're like, "Oh my gosh, do I have corona?" So now anxiety builds up, right? And panic. My somebody else that I know, they had a cold. They had gone for a run, they got a cold, and it had lasted for 5 days already. And she's calling, going, "Do I have corona? What do I need to do?" I'm like, "It's just a cold." And so, to me, I'm letting people know, especially my clients and family members who are afraid and of every little thing at this point, because there's so much in the social media. And Robin says false evidence appearing real. I love that. Yes, I do too, Robin. So I'd rather spread that.
Yeah.
There is a lot of false evidence out there in the social media. People are not following CDC or WHO, which is World Health Organization. And we should be looking at that, not what everybody is spreading through social media, because there was something about 5G and coronavirus, and then there was something, I don't know. I don't even look. I have no idea what's going on out there unless I catch a glimpse of it somehow. But, back to the fear. Fear is very high right now. But I'm going to call it the same thing you just called it, false evidence appearing real. But as an emotion, it is very high right now. And I don't want to put it under the rug, because it's not something that should be put under the rug, because especially those that are not in healthcare or not really sure about, their own health, and they are very sensitive, and they do have chronic illnesses, they are immunosuppressed, they are concerned, and it's a valid concern. So if you do, of course, feel like, hey, I might have coronavirus, please do get it checked out, okay? But I'm just giving you examples of people who now are even having the smallest, like coughing on their spit, on their saliva, going, "Oh my God, do I have corona?" Right? So heart palpitations, that's another thing that's starting to affect people in their health, because their hearts they're feeling irregular arrhythmias. And it's whether you know it consciously or subconsciously, there is energy stuck there. So please, if you know an energy healer, get some help. It's not that you need to run to the doctors. It is your anxiety probably stirring up, and it is for a lot of people. But if you do feel like you need to get help from a medical professional, you should do that. Okay, everyone needs to use their intuition and guidance at this time. And that is so important, listening to your body, because that's what I teach all around the world and on my podcast, is how to listen to your body. What is your body trying to tell you? And when you're in fear, you forget to listen to your body. You are in so much fear that, it's like, oh my gosh, my body's doing this now. What does that mean? And so I want to help you get out of this. Now, what we want to do is, I know Michelle has an amazing process for you today to connect with your body. So Michelle, will you tell us a little bit about this process, and then let's go into the process. So for those of you that are joining us, do say hello and join us in this process. If you're going to be listening to the replay or the podcast later on, this energy healing work and this process that Michelle is going to take us through, it will have the same impact for you later. So even in the replay. So go ahead, Michelle.
All right, thanks. So as you were saying, the mind-body connection is really important, and the body loves to be acknowledged. And, you would be amazed when you talk to your body or someone else talks to your body that it actually answers and it has something to say. And it's really important because we are here on earth, you know, and a lot of times, even when you show up for a healing, you know, you're there because your mind wants to, but you're kind of dragging your body along. And I really feel that when you include the body, it's really empowering, and it has a lot to do, and it will help the whole healing, you know. It's just been really amazing. I want to just share with you, like, you know, how stress affects the organs on the body. So when you come into a stressful situation or there's danger, your body does what it's supposed to. It just protects yourself. So it just kind of clamps down. And then when the event goes, your brain has like a tiny second of whether you're safe, you know, do you um, and if it doesn't get released properly, then it encodes it down into your muscles, into your cells, into your organs, and it hangs on to that for you because that's what it's supposed to do, like a good little body. And then you could be walking down the street and see something, and it could trigger it, and it could start that whole vicious cycle. And you don't even know why you're feeling like this, because this could have been something from in the womb, childhood, whatever, but it still has that encoded cellular memory, you know. So when you can release, do some body dialoguing, and that's, you know, when you're actually on board with your own body and releasing it, it's had huge benefits from people, and it's really self-empowering to know that you actually have some control over your own body, and that it wants to be heard, it loves to be acknowledged. So I just kind of wanted to explain a little bit of that. And so this process that we're going to go through, it's really quick, it's simple. And when I say things, when I'm going to ask you a question, it's your first response. And a lot of times the organs are just like one or two simple words or feelings. You don't need to, you know, go on. It's just whatever the first thing comes in your mind, that's what it does. And when I ask what the organ has to say, it always has something to say. So just listen, it will. And even if you say that's crazy, that's what it's really saying to you. Um, and so I guess, let me see. So we're going to do the lungs because I'm feeling that everybody is like not breathing. And when you, the lungs are really important. They hold a lot of grief, a lot of sorrow. And what lungs represent is the capacity to take in life and give out life. So right now, while we're all really stressed, you hardly can breathe at this point. And the feelings that lungs have are, you know, depression, grief, fear, sorrow. So we're all hanging on to that really tight here. And I can feel it from everybody, even including myself. I last night I was working and I was like, oh yeah, I'm not even breathing down to my stomach. So when you shallow breathe, it pulls everything up, your whole rib cage, and everything's just really stuck. So I'm feeling that we really need to release some grief out of our lungs. And I have this little process. And again, trust whatever you hear, feel, see, whatever it is. And what I really want you to do is I want you to tell your body to allow to release, because we're doing the mind-body connection. I allow my body to release. And you can just go ahead, you can close your eyes. I'd just like you to place your hands on your chest, on your lungs. We're just going to take a deep breath in. Can you all feel how tense that is? So I just want you to send energy, just send energy right to your lungs, just for a moment. We're just going to send. So what I'm doing, there we go. I'm asking everybody to connect with their lungs. There, that feels good. So I just want to bring your attention to your lungs. And what feeling do you have there? There you go, whatever your first impression was. Now I want you to ask, what do the lungs have to say to you? There you go. Would you like to release that? I'm going to ask you to take a breath in to your lungs. Blow it out. I feel like we need to take one more. Take a breath in. There, that feels better. So I'm going to ask, do your lungs need anything or do they feel complete? Sometimes you like to feel that area with something positive or a gift. Is there something that your lungs would like? Mine right now, I'm just saying, wants pink light and love. You can send that or whatever your lungs wanted. Just take a moment with the intention of sending them. There, did you all feel how calm and just relaxed that the lungs just got? Is there anything else that they need? And I just want you to thank your body. Now take a deep breath in. And that's it. That's kind of like a mini process, but I just wanted to show you that you could talk to your body and notice that it did respond. I was honing in and I could feel people's lungs actually moving and just one layer of relief off the stress. And you can do that all day long during this.
Well, I would love to hear from our viewers exactly what you're feeling right now. Hi, Glow, how are you? Um, Please do say hello and tell us what you're feeling through that process. Because as I was doing that process, there was a couple of things that the lungs said, but the very last thing that I remember because I forgot is it wants to dance. Okay, and it's funny because I've been telling my kids, let's dance, let's do a dance because I love dancing, choreographing dances, and I love belly dancing. So I said, let's dance, and so the kids have been a little busy. I'm telling you, they're not really that busy, but I wish they were. And and you know what? But my lungs were telling me that it's time to dance. So I think I will be doing it either with my kids or without them.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to be dancing. So thank you. That was an amazing process, guys. If you are here watching us or even afterwards in the replay, please do post as to what your lungs told you because it's kind of interesting. The process that Michelle does is just amazing. And Michelle, you do offer sessions, correct?
Yes, I am one of your Deeples recommends on her link, one of the healers, and I do cranial sacral. You can also do it remotely, and then I also have been blessed. I'm doing medical intuitive from you, also level 2 up to level 2. And I just think that really being in touch with your body and talking to it at work, it really is so beneficial. And I am really here to help you on whatever journey it is that you would like to embark on. And again, it's on Deepa Recommends link, and you can click on that and read about me and book a session.
So, guys, that link is up at the top on this post, as well as you could go to anandaforlife.com and go under healings and just click on Deeple Recommends. And you'll find information about Michelle, or there's a link right above, and you could click that, how to get in touch with Michelle, okay? And if you need to get in touch with me, you guys know where to catch me at anandaforlife.com. I do want to thank all of you for being here and all of you who will be listening to the replay, as well as my podcast on Saturday and Sunday at 9 a.m. PST, 12 p.m. EST. And so I'm really excited. If you guys need anything, like I said, you know where to catch me and you know how to get in touch with Michelle now. And so I want to thank you, Michelle, for all your work and everything that you contribute to the world, because as a healer, as a light worker, your work is very, very important in bringing light to the world, especially right now in these different times that we're in. So thank you so much for your contribution. And can't wait to have you on again with your wonderful knowledge. And so thank you all. Namaste and have a beautiful, blessed day today.
Yes, thank you. Namaste.